Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do my 2024 NFL season tier list. Kind of going through ranking all the teams and where I think they're going to finish. Last year, I did 2023 NFL season tier list. Kind of ranking the teams where I think they're going to finish. I think they're going to be bad, mid, good, Super Bowl contenders, etc. Now, as always, the tier list I'm going to be using is going to be linked down in the description below. So if you want to go do it for yourself, feel free. But I'm going to go and get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, as you can see here, we have the tier list, and as always, I'm an NFL fan. I'm a really good NFL fan. I remember the records. I did a college football tier list here a couple days ago. I'll have that linked up there if you want to go check that one out. But with NFL and compared to college football is a little bit different. I don't really remember the records that well. With NFL, I remember most of these teams' records. I kind of have an idea of where they're going to finish, and comparing them to this season, kind of what they did in the draft, free agency. I'm kind of taking that all into consideration. And last little bit before I go any further, this is my tier list. My opinions. If you disagree, that is okay. You might be a fan of a team on here that I might put in like the 0 to 3, 4 to 6 wins. It's okay. That's my opinion. But as you can see, we have our bottom tier, our 0 to 3 wins teams that obviously, like I said, I think they're going to get 0 to 3 wins, 4 to 6 wins, 7, 10 wins, and then 11, 13 wins, and then 14 plus. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with the Arizona Cardinals, kind of go in order. I think they have a good chance to get like 8 and 9, 9 and 8, somewhere in there. You add Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray is coming back off the injury from the ACL the year before, so he looked good at the second half of the last season. They were not good in the first half. The defense does look promising, though. You have, like I said, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. The running game is a little bit of a weak point, in my opinion, but everything else, looking around the team, they look like they could be a solid-ass team. Like I said, 9 and 8, I can see it. Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins, I can really see them going 10 and 7. I already said this in a video in the past, where I talked about Kirk Cousins and teams that I think that could surprise everybody. I really think that Kirk Cousins and the Falcons can surprise a lot of people. And with the weapons they have on the team with Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, you got, like I said, Kirk Cousins. They have some people with Drake London, and the defense is no slouch. Like Morris, the new head coach, he's going to bring a tenacity to that defense. We'll get the Baltimore Ravens. Here's my thing with the Ravens. They're always going to be good. My question is, do I put them into 11-13 or do I go 14 plus? I'm going to stay on the safer side. I'm going to say 11-13 just because I don't think they're going to get to that mark. I think they might take a step back this year, even though they did win, 13 games last year. They could probably win the 13 games, like right here. And when I take a step back, I'm not saying they're going to win only like 9, 10 games. I'm saying maybe like 11 probably. Buffalo Bills, they're always like right here, 11, 13 wins. It's like their home spot. But then again, I look at them this year, and I can see some big things. Everybody's talking about the Bills. Are they going to be good this year? They lost Stephon Diggs. They lost Gabe Davis. Their receiving core is not that good. Don't be surprised if the Bills just go out there and just shock everybody. This might be my dumbest hot take ever, but I'm doing it just because I have a hunch. We got the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, they were bad last year. Like, 0 to 3 wins bad. This year, I can really see them getting 4 to 6 wins. It's possible. It's doable. They're going to have a growth year. I can see them getting 4 to 6, maybe even 7 wins, but I'm going to stay safe and go 4 to 6 wins. We got the Chicago Bears this year. They're going to have Caleb Williams, Roma Duze, added Keenan Allen. You still got DJ Moore. You got DeAndre Swift at the running back position. The defense is looking like a top 10 defense. I'm not going to put you at 11-13 wins, but I will put you at a solid 7-10 wins. I think this team can easily get 10 wins. There's going to be a part of me that's going to be shocked if they get to 11-13 wins, but I just don't know if I can see it. So for that, I'm putting them in 7-10 wins, but I'll put them on the top half because I think they can easily get 10 wins. We got Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know if this is going to be a dumb take, but with Joe Burrow coming back, revenge tour type of season, they could easily get 14 wins. But when you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, they did lose Tyler Boyd. They lost Joe Mixon at the running back position. They're losing a couple of defensive guys. They're losing some pieces, so I'm going to be honest. They might only win like 11 to 12 wins. We get the Cleveland Browns. I'm a Browns fan, so I'm trying to take bias out of it, but whenever you look at the team, you look at the roster, look at what they did last year, they could easily get 11 wins, very easily get 11 wins. And why not maybe 12? I'll say 11 just to be safe. The Dallas Cowboys, we all know them. They're usually always around like 11, 13 wins. But then again, playoffs is what's most important in Dallas, and they always stink in the playoffs. But I could see some people talking about this year. People are saying the Dallas Cowboys could possibly go like 9 and 8, 10 and 7. They could have a step back this year. I'm going to ride it, and I'm going to say they're going to be at the top half. Kind of like with the Bears. They have a good chance to get 10 wins, easily 10 wins. But there might be a path to where they struggle and they only get 10 wins. Let's do some pick and choosing in here. Chiefs, obviously, 14 wins. You have to kind of bet on them to get the 14 wins. Nothing really to explain there. New England Patriots. I don't want to put them in 0 to 3 wins, but it's like, when you look at this team, what's holding them back from going 0 and 3 wins? Like, don't get me wrong, they're going to be better on offense. Definitely better on offense with Drake May rather than Mac Jones. But I just don't see it getting too much better. I'm sorry, Patriots fans. I I want to put you up here. I want to. But I'm just going 3 wins. I think that's all you're going to get. Denver Broncos, I think, could get a little bit better this year. They could easily get like 8 wins, 9 wins, maybe 10 wins. I'll put them in the 7 to 10 wins. We'll see kind of what Bo Nix is with Sean Payton. Are they going to be able to kind of get better? Be like a duo that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton were not able to be. They did lose Jerry Jeudy. He got traded to the Browns. Defense looks good. I will give them that. Defense looks good. Offense, if Bo Nix is the secret weapon, we'll see how that works out. Moving on, Detroit Lions. They're a team that I could easily put up in 14 plus wins as well, but I'm going to put them in 11-13 just because I feel like this team is very easily capable of just going at least 12 wins, maybe 13, getting it done. Let's take the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to be in like 7-10 wins. That's just their motto. They're going to get 9, maybe 10 wins. That's just who they are. Mike Tomlin never has a losing season, no matter what happens with this team, no matter how many injuries, no matter how many stupid things happen. They always get at least 9 wins. Miami Dolphins. I could say they'll easily get to 11 wins. They will get 11 wins. Tua Tagovailoa just signed the big-time contract. They'll get to 11 wins very easily with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Like I said, with Tua, defense is going to take a little bit of step back this year, but they'll get better. Indianapolis Colts, they're going to have Anthony Richardson back. I could easily see them getting to like 9-10 wins. They'll be a fun team this year, possibly a playoff team. Let's take the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud going into the second year. This team, they are a team that I could definitely see, and I mean definitely, getting to 14 wins. I just don't know if I'm banking on. I'll say 11-13. That's kind of where they're going to be. We got the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads. They just signed Jordan Love. I'm going to be honest. You might have signed that money for nothing. I'm going to say 10 wins. You're not getting no 11-13 wins. I'm just going to be honest. I'm seeing 10 wins. Could I be looking like a doofus come January? Possibly. But I'm just being honest with myself and just saying what I feel. Next up, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to say 11 wins. They could get to 11 wins. But then again, I look at the Texans like, well, they're in the same division. That's going to be rough. Oh, I'm going to say 8 wins, 9 wins. The Jaguars might actually take a step back this season. Let's go down here to the back end. The Commanders. Let's take the Commanders. I said it earlier in the year whenever I made my top 5 teams that could possibly surprise everybody. I put the Commanders on there as like a fringe playoff team. They can get 9 wins, maybe 10. They could be a good team with Jaden Daniels at the quarterback position. They got a lot of underrated receivers. They got some good pieces at running back. They have a defense that's striving. Dan Quinn now there to call the plays and kind of help out on defense as a new head coach. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Washington. Don't be surprised if this team if you look up in January and this team is 10-7 and in the playoffs. Even if they get beat in the first round, they're going to probably be in the playoffs. The Minnesota Vikings over here, I could see them being probably like a 5 to 6 win team. I feel like they're going to have a step back this year with JJ McCarthy. Now, I could be biting my words, but I just see it being like 5-6 win team. Tennessee Titans as well. I think they're probably going to be like a 6 win team. Could they push 7? Possibly, but I think like 6 wins is like their ceiling. Same thing honestly goes for the Giants. I feel like 6 wins is like their ceiling. If Daniel Jones comes back, they're not winning much with Daniel Jones. It's just going to be a whole fiasco, a whole episode going on that nobody wants to watch in New York. Let's come back down here to the LA teams. We got the Chargers first. I think with Harbaugh, it's going to be a slow grind. They're going to have to kind of get used to things, figure out what this team's going to be with Herbert, now with no receivers. I'm going to go like 6 wins. They're going to have a down year this year. And the LA Rams, I can see them easily getting up towards like 10 wins. Honestly, they could probably get 11 wins. This team could have a good year. Probably, let's say 11 years. Let's take a risk. We got the Raiders. I'm going to be honest. Could they have a good year? Could. But I don't see it. I see 4 or 5 wins. I see them having a very down year and going through and just trading away a lot of pieces because it's going to be rough out there in Vegas. We got the New Orleans Saints. I think they're going to have a bounce back year after last year. It was a little bit of up and down, but I think they can have a good solid year this year. Let's say 10 wins. I think they can get it done. We got the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers. Here's my thing with the Jets. They could go anywhere from 4 to 6 all the way up to 11 or 13. I just don't know where to put them. If the media is right, and what they're saying about Rodgers and how he feels good and they're ready to go, 11 to 13 wins. But if he gets hurt again, you could possibly go the whole way down here to 0 to 3. But we're living in the world of what they have, and they have a good-ass team. With Aaron Rodgers healthy, I'm going 11-13. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to be going into a little bit of a weird year. Jason Kelce retired, and I forget if it was Brandon Graham or Fletcher Cox, which one of them retired. But they had a couple players retire. They're a little bit of they're still a good team. It's a very different type team this year. I could see them easily getting to that 11-13 mark. I see them maybe like 11 wins, but I could honestly also see them down to like 7 to 10 wins. But like I said, I think 11-13 wins is like a perfect mark for them. We got the Seattle Seahawks. I could see them probably having a down year, but I'll put them like 7 to 10 wins just because I feel like they can probably get 7. We got the San Francisco 49ers. They always have all their pieces. They're always ready to go. I'm going to put them at 14 plus wins. They're kind of like they're up there with the Chiefs. They are always good. They're always dominating. It's just they struggle to get to actually win the Super Bowl. That's their only problem. They can do everything else. They just can't win the Super Bowl. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think Baker Mayfield this year, They might have a little bit of like a backstep year because they did lose their offensive coordinator Dave Canales. He went to become the new head coach of the Panthers. If he would have stayed and Baker could have had another year with him, easily 11-13. This team could have been a very good team this year. But with the fact that he lost his offensive coordinator, I don't know who his offensive coordinator currently is now. I'm going to say probably like a 7-10 win team. They're probably going to be like 7 wins, 8 wins, somewhere in there. But as you can see, that's my tier list. As we can see, Bills, Chiefs, and Niners are at the top with the 14 plus wins. The Patriots are my only team that 0-3 wins. I could probably put some more teams down here. The Panthers, 100%. The Vikings, maybe. I could probably put the Raiders down there. Some teams here in the 7-10 wins, I could probably bring down or up. Some teams here in the 11-13 wins, I could probably move around. But like I said, just first glance looking at these teams, this is my opinion. This is where I rank them, and that's my tier list. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Do you think these teams are ranked in the right spots, wrong spots, whatever your opinion may be, leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.